guys, welcome to another episode of Mahjong Talk. I'm your host, Peter Vaughn. If you're new to the channel, consider hitting a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified of my latest videos. Okay, so let's just get started. Alright, so we're just gonna play this game. Alright. So, actually, I hope your week has been going well for you guys. My week has been going quite decently. The thing I want to talk to you guys about is, let's say you have like a certain like idea, and basically you want to produce it for everybody. You basically just want to say like, hey, I have this idea, let's like do this idea or something like that. Or you're basically having an argument with your friends, and basically your friends give you the typical lines that you always say. You always hear. You have to be realistic. I understand where that line is coming from. At the same time, there were times when I listened to that line whenever I hear someone say be realistic, and I question on why is it that it's not realistic. Like, say my idea, like, to improve our school system by allowing our kids to choose. That's one example I'll use, because one of my friends that I was like discussing this about, she had a different view. She basically thought that, oh, you have to put kids in, like, you have to actually expose kids to like different subjects early, otherwise, like, they're just going to be kids and they're not going to decide what to do with their future career and everything like that. For me, I felt as if it would be better for kids to choose their own path, because the thing of it is that, yeah, they're kids, and I understand the I understand the reasoning behind like pushing kids into certain subjects and all that stuff. But at the same time, there were some things that I kind of felt as if, why is it that we have to thrust kids into this plethora of getting a job and like basically going for a certain career path and everything like that? And I know it sounds like I'm talking about many different things, but the main argument is that should kids be allowed to choose what career path they're going for, or should adults kind of thrust a career path upon kids to lead them to I guess a more bountiful career in society? And it's a really tough call, because for me, I think kids should be able to choose, because the thing of it is that with the experiences that I've gone through when it came to like career paths and whatnot, sure, from my case, I would have to say that I'm not in the career that I want to be in, but I'm willing to I would have to say, like, as I told you guys last video, I'm willing to go on a 1-year sabbatical to actually see what I can develop with myself. At the same time, I know that not many people are given that luxury, that privilege, to be able to like say like, oh, I'm gonna go on a 1-year sabbatical. It's like, oh well, I got bills to pay, like I don't have time to like do that stuff, like I can't afford it, otherwise I won't be able to like support my family and all that stuff. And that's a reasonable argument. So I think the thing is that when people say be realistic, even though they might have the ability to do certain things, like take a 1-year sabbatical, or make that career change that they always wanted to make. And whenever I hear people say be realistic, I usually hear an inclination in my head that basically tells me that this person doesn't believe in themselves, or they feel like if they do perceive that path, they believe they're not going to be accepted by society or by the people that are close to them. That's what sometimes I interpret. I know it's not always that way, because some people say be realistic as a way to basically say, oh, don't be delusional and do not go on a certain path that will lead you astray and probably leave you homeless or something like that. But also like in the act of actually showing care to the person that is actually going to either commit or either like is debating whether to do one extreme over the other, it's still based on fear. it's still based on fear. Like, you fear that that person's going to ruin their life because of a certain path they're going to take. Like, say they're going to quit their job and do something else, or quit their job to pursue like art or something like that seems more risky. And the thing of it is that people that say be realistic, it's either out of care for the person, like like out of concern, or it's out of something that's basically negative. Say the person that's saying be realistic has experienced many people saying the same thing, and they actually did the thing they wanted to do, but they experienced the negative result of it, and they feel like, oh, maybe the people that were telling me to be realistic were correct in that sense. Nice. And the reason why I'm making this video to you guys is because maybe you're dealing with that from either your parents, or whether you're dealing with that with your friends, or both. Or maybe you're dealing with that from someone that basically say, no, you have to be realistic, you have to do this career path, or else you're going to be homeless and you're not going to be able to amount to anything. And that's a really hard thing to listen to. But what I want to tell you guys is that everyone has different career paths, everyone has different ways of going about life, because if you really want to live a life that's true to you, you have to think about what exactly is it that you really want in your life. If you want to have a life that's basically well balanced, like say you have a job, you just go to your job, even though you hate it, you will go to it every day and basically make your paycheck. And during your free time, you basically will do this fun stuff that you want to do, like travel, hang out with your friends, stay with your hang out with your family, and all that stuff. But if you really want a life that's yours, and you really want to take control of your life, say like you want to start a business that you feel passionate about, or you want to create a business that's based on yourself, say like you want to create a business that basically teaches people how to live the life to their fullest, regardless of what society says, like, you know, get a job, get married, and have kids and all that stuff. And it's really tough to do because every path is risky. One path is that you basically are putting everything well, I wouldn't say like put everything. I would say you're putting your all into something that will allow you to live a better life within yourself. Another way is the other way is that you basically put some of your time into doing something that you don't really feel passionate about, but the rest of your time is basically devoted to basically, you know, the stuff that you love to do. Along with, you know, like having a family and, you know, having that cookie cutter experience, like, you know, like basically having a family, having a job, and, you know, live life like, you know, how most normal people would want to live their life. And I don't mean normal as an offensive way. I mean normal as in like, you know, average. You know, like just having a job and getting married and having kids. For me, I don't want to live a life like that. Like, you know, I want to be able to live a life where basically like I can tell my kids, yeah, I had to do some jobs that I did not like, but at the same time, I found a way to get to where I want to go. And, you know, the last thing I want to teach my kids, or at least be an example as their dad, is like, oh, I basically like went to college and I didn't get the job I wanted, but I still got married to your mother and everything, and we still live paycheck to paycheck, but at the same time we make it work. And some people don't mind that lifestyle because you're always enough despite what career you're in. But at the same time, I don't want to end up like having my life just be just work and then like, you know, doing the things that I want to do. I want to be able to like, you know, have my life in different sectors, not sectors, like different periods. So like now that I'm in my 30s, I feel as if like, for me, if I were to tell like, say my parents that I'm, well, they probably will know when this video is up. I think they wouldn't be surprised, but at the same time, they will be concerned. Because, like, I've told you guys that I plan to do a sabbatical, and I've also told some of my friends on Discord that I plan to do a sabbatical. And the thing of it is that I know I will be without, like, you know, health insurance and, you know, all those, like, things that jobs provide. Like, you know, a paycheck, health insurance, and all that stuff. This is why I think maintaining your body is, like, important. And I have to learn how to do that, too, for myself as well. But ever since, like, the idea of a sabbatical Sabbatical came to me, and ever since I've been starting to read the book, I actually have it with me. I don't know if you can see it from the small screen. Uh, Career Break Countdown. It's a really good book. It basically goes week by week on what you should do for your sabbatical. Like the first week was well, technically it was like yesterday, last week. I had to basically promise myself that I would go on a 1 year sabbatical. And then the second week, which is this week, I have to make a list on what I should do during my sabbatical. And I have a couple of things listed already. I'm already on. I think I'm already reading on which week am I on? I'm on week 19 of the book, so I have a long way to go. I don't know if I'm gonna end up doing like the stuff early, like 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 go on my sabbatical early, or I don't know if I'm just gonna follow like year by year. I mean, follow it by like the year's end. So like probably next June I will go on my sabbatical. But at the same time, I'm telling you guys this because I want to hold myself accountable to actually do this for myself, because I know this is going to benefit me in the long run. Even though, like, maybe my family will not agree with me on it, or whether I get differing opinions from people that basically say, oh, that's crazy, why would you do that? I know it's going to be the right decision for me, because I know if I don't do it, I'm going to regret never doing it. So, like a lot of older people, the biggest regret that they probably have is that they work too much. That was the one thing. And also worrying too much. But I think that also comes into conjunction with, like, working too much. And the thing of it is that your job is also not secure either. Even though you get, like, health insurance and you get a paycheck from your job. Oh, man. Okay, there's no door, so I think I'm okay. Yeah, it's like 15. Oh, and I'm in first place too, so that's fine. Oh, and the game's over already. You swore. Oh, did I take a... Oh, no, this person won, so they basically have another chance. Okay, I was about to say, like, what happened? It's like, why did the game start over? But, yeah, guys, like, say... Like, you guys don't have to be as ambitious as mine, like, basically do a sabbatical. But maybe there's some things that you want to do that that either your parents or your family or your friends, they basically will have an issue with, and they will tell you, oh, be realistic, do that. I'm here to tell you to basically say that their intentions are good by saying that, but at the same time, they're trying to lead you into a life that probably isn't the one that you want to go on. Now, I'm not saying that you should risk it all and do the things you want, and basically like give up your life in general if you have responsibilities. I'm basically saying that if you have the ability to do so, just give it a try. And if you fail, you fail, and you learn from it. Like yesterday on stream, on Twitch, I was streaming when I was playing Tunic. It's a game I play on Twitch. When I was playing it, I kept dying. Like I kept dying like every single part. Like when I had to defeat certain enemies. And what I had to do was basically I had to learn how to defend like myself during like those times when I was facing a certain enemy. And I kept dying and dying and dying. And everyone was watching me like fail. So, I managed to get past those enemies, and I managed to get to the next round. And I felt good about myself because I actually grew from that experience. And that's what basically taking a risk is about, is basically just gaining experience and basically learning from past failures. But some people view themselves as less rare than money. So I've been like listening to a lot of if you guys are familiar with the comedian slash inspirational speaker Kyle Cease, he talks about this stuff. So I recommend looking up his stuff. And I'll probably post a link to his channel down in the description below, because when I was questioning about what people have told me, like, be realistic, I began to like look up like what does it mean when people say that. And I discovered that when they say that, it's just as delusional as basically doing the things that you want to do, and it seems really risky. Okay, let me get back to my main screen here. Let me see, am I back to my main screen? Yes. So I guess you guys have noticed the new setup. So this is how Mahjong Talk is going to be structured from now on, like this new layout. So this is my just chatting screen for Twitch, but it will also be my main screen whenever I communicate with you guys. So I hope you guys like the new layout. So yeah, so my final point about, you know, like being realistic or being like, you know, living, pursuing your own path, I would say measure what seems best for you. And if the measurement goes towards like, you know, just being realistic and living the typical path that everybody else will go by, just go by that. If you feel like the odds are higher for you living your life, going to a goal that you really want to see in your life, go for that. And try to measure it out and plan it out, because the best things in life sometimes can be planned when we know how to structure them correctly, you know. So yeah, that's like the final point I want to make to you guys. And if you want to follow me on, I hope you guys like what you saw. If you like what you saw, consider hitting a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified of my latest videos. And if you want to follow me on social media, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And also, if you want to catch me on Twitch for the Twitch live streams, you know, just to chat with me, you know, like what you've discovered about yourself, or, you know, just your interest or whatever it is, you can catch me on Twitch from Monday and Wednesday at 6 o'clock p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also catch me on Twitch on Saturdays from 3 o'clock p.m. to 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay? So, yeah. So, and also, if you want to engage a game with me or any of my friends on Mahjong Soul, or just talk life with us in general, or just talk about your interests, you know, catch us on the Newbridge Discord server, and we'll be happy to welcome you there, as well as like make you feel get you feel comfortable there, as well as like, you know, just say hello and shoot the breeze. And yeah, that's basically it. So as I say at the end of every video, guys, everyone is precious. You're as precious as everyone else. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.